Welcome back to another episode of Are You Not Entertained podcast. This is episode 31. And a quick announcement, this is just Treese on this recording, and Infamous is taking some time. He has a big test to study for, and it's a pretty big deal. So he's going to be popping in and out randomly, but he won't be on consistent weekly recordings of the podcast. But he'll be back. He'll pop in every now and then when he has time between studying. But just wanted to make that quick announcement. Let's jump right into it because it's been a crazy week, not just in NBA playoffs games, but in gaming industry, period. So let's just jump into a few big things that's happened this week so far. Nintendo just dropped a surprise showcase, and they just brought back a fan favorite. Yes, you see it right on the screen, StarFox. Yeah, out of nowhere, no warning, just bam, reveal. And now everyone is asking the same thing. Why now? Because this is a franchise fans have been begging to see return for years. So is this Nintendo finally listening, or is there a bigger plan behind this? And more importantly, does this actually live up to what people have been waiting for? So let's break down what was shown and whether Star Fox is really back or not. All right, so like I said in the intro, surprise showcase out of nowhere. They did a whole, Mario Galaxy thing, and Star Fox showed up. So there's a going meme on Twitter saying that, hey, if you pop up in a Nintendo movie, then you're more likely going to have a game coming out in a very, very near future from that movie. And, hey, it tracks. But so let's just get into the reveal. The new Star Fox reveal, surprise factor huge. First major push for the series in years. Early look, tones, visuals, direction. Star Fox is finally back. What kind of game is it? So why is this the big deal? The franchise has been dormant since Wii U era. Think about how long ago the Wii U came out. Good God. What is that? I want to say 2012, 2013. So like 13 years ago. Jesus. And it's been pretty dormant since, and it has a loyal fan base. There are a strong community. Just like with Metro Prime 4, there's a strong community for Star Fox franchise. So perfect fit for modern hardware. But gameplay questions. It is classic on rails shooter, open world / exploration, hybrid like Starfield, Fox 64, And the big question from all of this, this is a revision, a remaster, whatever. It's basically just a redo of Star Fox 64 at the end of the day. I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks beautiful for, to be on the Nintendo Switch. I guess I gotta stop saying that because Nintendo Switch 2 visuals, and I will give Metro Prime 4 that. It did look visually better than what I expect for a Nintendo Switch standard for graphics because, historically, this is not a studio that cares about visuals, but I will say it looks great visually. But like we're getting back to, this is just the same game that we play on 64. Now there's new aspects, new missions, new things, they pop some new stuff here and there, but at the end of the day, this is not anything new. This is just a redo of what we've already seen in the past. Now don't get me wrong, I wasn't even alive when Star Fox on 64 came out, but I have played it. And a lot of the fans or fanatic people that love Star Fox have been begging for something new. At the end of the day, after this announcement, we gotta ask, so do the fans want innovation or just Star Fox 64 again? I mean, I'm sure at the end of the day, listen, Nintendo is nostalgia fucking, I mean, they're the best at nostalgia pull. So this is going to sell with some fan favorites, just like with the Fire Red Leaf Green, just like with, the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time being rumored remake at the end of the year. That is going to sell, but at the end of the day, is it going to bring in the casual to carry the sales? That I don't know, and we'll just have to wait to see. Hey, we ain't gotta wait too long because this is coming out in June, like next month. So it is not a long wait until this come out. New hardware cycle, new variety between main first party Nintendo franchises. You know, you got your Mario, you got your Pokemon, you got Zelda in the pipeline, and then you add Star Fox, space for fast action shooter experience. This feels like Nintendo is filling a gap in their lineup, and I think it's a smart play at the end of the day, even though it's just a redone thing that we've already seen before. I think it's really smart because, like, summer is typically a dry spell for gaming. So for this to come out in June, it's not going to have that much competition that I can think of off my bat. I mean, comment in the comments down below if there's something coming out in June that could really get in the way of Star Fox. I can't think of nothing offhand, but yeah, we all remember that Star Fox Zero did not land well with fans and with the gaming community. So I don't think this is a big risk when you compare it to Star Fox Zero. I mean, controls gimmick ruined this experience for Star Fox, but I think from what we saw in this showcase that they're really thinking about all aspects, because like even the mouse support, the different controls, you can play this game off of one copy, and you can play locally with 3 other switches that you're near. That is something you don't see from Nintendo do. And then it has online support, so you can play with 3 other people and y'all can run online missions and things like that. So I think they really did push to make sure they cover a lot of bases with this Star Fox game. And, that's not normally something, well, I don't know. I just don't feel like Nintendo normally do that. So they're putting in a little bit more effort with Star Fox. But like you see on the screen, June 25th, 2026. Now that Nintendo 64 controller, oh, that's gonna sell out. So if you want that, baby, you better be online, locked and loaded for when that comes on sale, because if the Virtual Boy can sell out, that Nintendo 64 controller is going to sell out. And I think Nintendo know what they some freaking nostalgia. Ooh, man. So yeah, if you want that 64 controller, you best to be online when it hits the market, because scalpers, I feel like it's gonna sell out. If Virtual Boy sold out, that controller is gonna sell out. It's just too much nostalgia in it. So, but best case scenario for Star Fox, modernize the Star Fox 64 formula, smooth controls. We already see it's got strong visuals. It could become a core Nintendo franchise again, and the fact that it's getting pushed on the Switch too is, even more inkling of them trying to make sure that you're on the latest and current gen Switch. But I do like that it has the local play and you can do it off one copy, and then it has the online support. I do like that aspect, and it does look good. I mean, could this turn Star Fox into top tier IP again? I don't know. I think I might have to, you gonna have to show me. And I think the fans that been begging for Star Fox, I mean, they'll probably pick this up, but at the end of the day, I don't think they're going to be satisfied playing a remake, no matter how good it looks and with modern controls, because they want a new experience. So anybody that was begging for a new Star Fox game is old enough probably to have played it when it was on the 64, and they've been on this drought since the Wii U, and if you even played that at Star Fox. So I think this is just another nostalgia pool. It's something to feed the gap in the lineup. We got a long way until that Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake comes out. It's rumored to come out at the end of the year, and how soon that Star Fox was announced in relation to when it's released, I still believe that Ocarina of Time remake is for sure. That leak is for sure, because even this was a part of the leaks. Now, it wasn't saying it was the 64 remake; it was saying a Star Fox game. So a little misalignment in the links, but at the end of the day, the links were accurate. We did get a Star Fox game, just not what we was expecting. So at the end of the day, listen, the big debate is, should Nintendo had kept this to the classic of the 64, or should they had completely reinvent the wheel of Star Fox and make something definitely hit the comments down below. But another question too that I just want to end off of, could this be a legendary comeback for the franchise and fan favorite for a lot of people, that Star Fox, or another missed opportunity that Nintendo could have just spent the time to make something new at the end of the day. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hey, at the end of the day, are you just happy that StarFox is back? Or are you one of those people that really wanted something new, but you'll take this in the meantime? Because, I mean, if this is successful, no, I mean, if something makes money, Nintendo 9 out of 10 is, well, 10 out of 10 is going to follow it up with something. So, I mean, but, they could have something. Nah, I don't know. I think Star Fox probably the remakes it was yeah, I don't know, they'll probably wait to see the numbers of this and really dictate if they want to go down a rabbit hole of making something new. But hey, let me know what you think and how you feel. Was you happy with the showcase? Did you like everything you see? Are you for sure buying this on day one? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, Xbox just made a move that could change everything. Not everyone is feeling good about it though. The new CEO is bringing in core AI leadership. Yeah, AI into key Xbox role. So now the question is this a smart evolution or a big mistake? Because gaming isn't just about tech, it's about creativity, it's identity, it's what player actually feels when they pick up a controller. And when you start putting AI at the center of that, things can go very right or very wrong very quickly. So, is Xbox getting ahead of the future or are they risking what made the brand special in the first place? Let's talk about what this move really means. All right, so the new CEO, hey, let me just say, she making moves, and honestly, I probably need to give her more recognition and more praise because honestly, I'm gonna be honest. When the new CEO of Xbox was announced, I thought she was just a face piece of what the brand Xbox and what Microsoft wanted to do, and they already had their plans kind of set. Now, not saying that what she's doing is not aligning. Microsoft and Xbox was trying to revert from the Phil Spencer and the Sarah Bonds era. But I mean, obviously they promoted her for a reason. So pretty safe to say that, yeah, whatever she's doing is with the blessing in the core, I guess the core reinvention of the Xbox brand. But so let's just go through a list of people. As you know, this new CEO did come from the core AI department. So it's like she's bringing on her old department into new aspects and new roles of the Xbox brand. So I find that to be very interesting. But first up, there's Jared Palmier. He's former core AI VP of product. He joins as VP of Xbox engineering. Tim Allen, former core AI VP of design. He joins to lead Xbox design. Jonathan McKay, former head of growth for core AI and OpenAI's ChatGPT, joins as head of growth. Evan Kaki, former core AI general manager, joins to focus on engineering and efficiency. David I'm gonna just say David because I don't know how to say his last name. Joins as head of subscription and cloud business, coming from Instacart. And also, this was on Twitter. She also promoted Jason Rowland, who is the main person responsible now for Project Helix in the architecture for the next generation. And he has gained even more weight in a leadership position. So, like I said, this could be good. Xbox and Microsoft have already been on the record of investing heavily in AI for benefits of faster game development, smarter NPCs, and bigger worlds, and help reduce the rising cost of AAA game development. This could help Xbox make games faster, in which we all know gaming time frame and development has exploded like 5 to 7, 8, 9 years. And then it's just like, bruh, like you'll be in your 20s, and then when the sequel comes out, you could be in your 30s, mid 30s. So but this also has a risk because a lot of people associate AI with creativity degradation, because AI it's just not a feel of a human. There's that famous scene in the first Iron Man where what's the name, he said that with the AI pilot a jet fighter. It doesn't have the feel of a human instincts, things like that. I think a lot of people associate that statement with AI in making games. So, it has a risk of having no soul in the game. That's basically what fans are fearing. The game have no soul. Now, caveat to that a lot of these slop live service games feel very soulless anyway. So it's kind of like, well, you can't depend on a human to make a game feel like it's alive, then I mean, we're already getting the same slop at the end of the day. But this is very in line with the direction. Like I said, they've already invested heavily in AI, so this is not offbeat at all. I do want to ask the fans, this could either fix a lot of things for Xbox, or it could make some things worse. It has the potential to go either way. Now, I don't really know the ins and outs of all these people from Core AI. I mean, I don't know I'm not going to sit here and act like I know they day to day and their output, and if this is really going to do anything to make you want to buy the next generation Xbox. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But the feel of a lot of comments that I saw online after this was announced is that this new CEO is listening to fans. And I think that's the biggest thing that is a factor in why she's getting so much love and support from the Xbox brand fans, because they feel like she's repairing broken relationship, broken promise, broken trust. The fact that she came in very, very early, reduced Game Pass price because a lot of people wanted her to do that like day one, and she did it. I didn't think she was capable or had the ability to do that, but she did it. And she's asking a lot of questions and making statements that align with a lot of Xbox fans. So the thought is, well, because she has that inlined vision for the next generation and how to repair the relationship with Xbox fans, then anybody she brings on the team is going to have that same vision, and they're going to be lockstep. So, I hope nothing but the best for all these people to make me want to buy or cut on my Xbox. I hope they do great jobs. I hope they really do repair the outlook of Xbox to the gaming industry, but we'll just have to wait and see. A lot of things are looking good right now. I'm not gonna lie, like it looks attractive, but at the end of the day, we've been burnt by Xbox so long for so many years. We have to really wait and see what the final product is. But hey, she's starting off good. She's starting off strong. Every week she's saying something that is encouraging, but we'll have to wait and see. But honestly, if you're an Xbox fan, I really would like you to share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this whole her bringing these people from Core AI, putting them in Xbox positions, is that going to really have a positive conclusion to the next gen? I mean, everything they're doing is in preparation of the next generation and repairing the reputation of the Xbox brand for the fans. Making fans rebuilding trust. It's like we was in a relationship and we broke up because of X, Y, and Z. So now it's like they're coming back like, hey, we really want to be with you, and we're gonna do all these things to make sure we want to be with you. So definitely let me know in the comments down below. Are you buying the sweet talk that's going on right now? And would you give Xbox another chance? I do like a lot. It's a lot of good things that I'm hearing. The whole PC Xbox line being blurred is very interesting right now. So hey, but let me know in the comments down below. Valve just dropped the Steam Controller 2 and it's sold out instantly. No build up, no massive marketing push, just boom, gone. And now everyone is asking the same question. Did Valve just accidentally create the most in-demand controller in gaming right now? Because this isn't just about a controller. This could be a signal. Steam hardware is heating up again, and if this kind of demand keeps up, we might be looking at something way bigger. So what makes this controller so different, and why did it disappear this fast? Let's break down what just happened and what it could mean for the future of gaming. All right, so like the intro said, Steam Controller 2 drops, instantly sells out, baby. If you was not online, if you didn't have your mouse ready to click buy, baby, it's too late. And there's really no timeline of when this controller is gonna come back in stock. We all know, and then we put in a past video that the Steam Deck out of stock, and it's been out of stock. I've constantly went to the Steam website just to see if it came in stock. I mean, I think I checked like every week, once a week, and yeah, nah, it's been out of stock this entire time. You know, minimal marketing, still massive demand, so that's really good for them. It's not a mainstream controller brand like Xbox and PlayStation. This wasn't supposed to sell out like this, so why did it? Built-in Steam audience, huge PC player base already on Steam. Listen, if you don't know Steam OS by now, you just been living under a rock. The Steam OS platform is very, very, very successful, and then you stack the Steam Deck on top of that. That really was kind of a revolutionary gaming product for a long time, and since its conception and release to market, we've seen all of these other portable PC equipment come to market. So it really did stand out for a long time, and it revolutionized how you play your PC games. Like most of the time, a lot of people on our giveaways, I let them choose the platform. It's always Steam. Like the fans, the people that want to get their, gift cards or whatever, whatever we're giving away, it's always Steam out of all the platforms. So I guess this because I have like a bias connotation because I'm a traditional console player. I've never played on PC. I've never thought to build a PC because it's this brainwash that the consoles, the PlayStations, the Xbox, and Nintendos is a lot more simplistic. It's cheaper. You don't have to worry about graphic cards and all this other stuff. And as these Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox consoles get more and more expensive, the barrier of entry, the price of entry is getting so like murky that I mean, $1,000 PS5 Pro, you can definitely build a PC or get a PC rig pre-made for similar prices. And also you got to think about when you build these PC setups that they last longer than a traditional 7-year console from PlayStation or Xbox. So, there's a lot of factors in why Steam is successful. Now, they're successful with the Steam OS and all that, but when it comes to hardware, Steam has actually taken a lot of L's. The Steam Deck was very surprising how successful it was because they've had a controller. Like I said, this is Steam Controller 2. So they definitely had a one, and they said that they took a lot of the lessons learned from the first one, put that same learning curve and everything into this one. Listen, Valve itself doesn't really need a lot of marketing. They have distribution, they have a niche control of a certain market. Original Steam controllers, like I said, kind of was ahead of its time, but it didn't do well because it so sometimes when you're the first to market and you're reinventing, like I don't even think controllers at that time really had multiple trigger buttons like R1, R2, that type of setup. And then it had the little track little thing, the little mouse, the little whatever you call that little circle, and it's like a fingertip feedback. I can't think of what's the thing of, but they were very early in a lot of conceptions touchpad because the PlayStation brought their version of the touchpad, that horrendous shit. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So they was first to market, and so it's a lot of things that was in that controller that now is very common in controllers today. When you compare the control to Steam Controller 1 to 2, there's a lot more PC gamers in the market, more controller users on PC. Steam Deck normalized Valve hardware, like I said, and the Steam Deck effect is very, very much, I think, in play, and why Steam and Valve even thought to create newer hardware in the marketplace right now. So a lot of people can make a debate, did the Steam Deck make this controller inevitable? affordable. The real question I want to ask the consumers and the gamers and everybody in the game industry right now that is paying attention to this controller, is this real demand or just a effect of low supply? We already know the whole hiccup with the Steam hardware console. This was supposed to launch day and date with that console. You're supposed to get a controller and a console all together. Yeah, the console is running into some RAM shortages, but there's a lot of things and rumors saying that the manufacturing has picked up and it's supposed to be ready. Whatever. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But how many of these things really did come to market? That's what you really got to ask yourself, because having the controller sell out is good marketing. At the end of the day, what's the data supporting, like, how many of these things really hit the market all at one time? And so I don't know, maybe we'll get the data behind it, maybe we won't, whatever. But what this mean, I was getting really, really serious about hardware again. Steam controller goes into the Steam Deck, now goes into controller 2. This feels like they're really setting up a full ecosystem push. PC gaming is becoming more console like more than ever. The lines are really blurring between PC and console. Like that whole thing, I remember Xbox saying, we don't care what you play on, if you're a PC or your console, you're mobile, whatever, portable, we don't care, you're a gamer, so we want your money. Even though no one liked that, it is coming more and more true as time goes forward, and we see how games are trying to evolve going into the next year. So controllers matter more than ever. Living room PC gaming growth, potential competition. Xbox controllers, PlayStation controllers, a lot of people use those on their PC. I'll be very curious if this will feel better for people that do use a controller on their PC setup. I'll be very much interested in that aspect. But this isn't just a controller. This is Valve stepping into the hardware war. A lot of people associate gaming competition with the big three: Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. But now you really got to start looking at someone like Valve with the Steam hardware and anybody else that's bringing hardware to the marketplace. Like, it's not the big three. It's very much a crowded race to who is going to get your money out of your pocket. And so I think as we turn into 2026 to 2027, it's going to be very interesting, the landscape, because at the end of the day, none of this stuff is very affordable. A lot of this equipment and gaming equipment costs a lot of money. So I don't think it's going to be norm. I think a lot of people are going to pick and choose what they want, and they're going to just ride with that for several years going forward. Like, is the house that'll have everything from Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Steam all in their living room, I think is very, very, very slim. Because gaming equipment, gaming period, is just becoming too expensive to do that. Like, you're gonna pick your lane, and you're just gonna go with that. You're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. But listen, I also saw that this is not very compatible with the Xbox app, but I saw somebody saying there was some workaround, so I really didn't really look into that too much. But this is, very native compatible with the Steam whole setup. So, and was it Xbox saying no to Steam, or was it Steam saying we don't care about Xbox, like whatever? But I really don't know all that. Like I said, I'm very ignorant to PC world and a lot of their compatibility. So I don't know. Maybe that's normal. Maybe that's not. I don't know. Listen, the Steam controller is highly customizable. It uses Steam input system, trackpad, configuration, etc. So listen, I think this controller has a lot to offer. Now, for $100, some people might say, hey, that's very pricey. But when you look at the high-end controllers on the market, that's really not crazy. And really, I've seen a lot of people break down, like saying, hey, even at $100, that's really cheap for what everything that's in this controller. Now, listen, I don't know what's your standard and your high expectation for a controller. So, hey, maybe $100 is cool. I know paying $100 controller for my PlayStation and Xbox is kind of ludicrous, but as like I said, price gaming is coming more expensive. In 2 years, $100 could look like a steal for a controller, but it's different stroke for different folks. But the big question is the sellout of the Steam Controller 2 a one-off success, or is this, like I said, start of something bigger, like a complete ecosystem? Could this be the foreshadowing of the Steam console that's supposed to come out whenever it's coming out? Could this be just foreshadowing of that success? And hopefully the manufacturing and all that, the production of the controller in the console will get situated and they can launch. Because listen, I can definitely see if it's priced right, if that console is priced right, it could sell out just like the controller did. And scalpers will probably just have a fucking field day with it because it'll be sold out. And they knowing that the supply issues that's going around, the RAM apocalypse that we're in, things like that. So, but we'll have to wait and see. But I do believe that if Steam and Valve release, I mean, it's May, so they released the controller. If they can meet the console being pushed before the end of the year, especially, I think they need a large gap between when they launch and when Project Helix, whatever that ends up being called, comes out. I think they need like a large, as much time as possible between those two products because they're so similar and potentially is supposed to be offering similar aspects. So, having two things on the market of the same thing, then you really start comparing, well, who has the bigger brand recognition at the end of the day? Is it Valve or is it Xbox? I think Steam and Valve wants to release their console as soon as possible, and they want a much time separating their release date and the Xbox Project Helix product whenever that comes out. I mean, there's a lot of rumors saying next year, fall of next year. I mean, even the PS6, they're getting a lot of rumors for next year. So apparently there's dev kits going out and things like that. So, but at the end of the day, we'll have to see. Listen, I think Steam, I mean, the whole Steam Deck following, they have strong recognition at the end of the day. They got a lot of brand trust with fans. The Steam Deck is one of the more affordable portable PC equipment that you could have bought when it was in stock compared to like even the Xbox Rod like Ally, that's like $1,000. There's some portable PC that goes up. I saw something crazy like $2,500. So listen, Steam has associated themselves with being more affordable, and they just been doing it so many years now. So listen, they got a lot of positive reputation with the PC community, and we'll just have to wait and see. Like, I really do hope this is just good feels for the console, and hopefully it does come out before the end of the year. But definitely let me know, comment down below if you are somebody that got the controller in your hands. Do you like it? What's your feedback? Is this something that you can see yourself using, especially if you're a PC player, over the Xbox and PlayStation controllers? Let us all know, and let's start a conversation down in the comments down below. But yes, that this is episode 31, StarFox random and surprise showcase from Nintendo, the Xbox bringing in the new leadership from Core AI, and Steam Controller 2 hitting the market and selling out. Only 3 topics this week because I really wanted to get this pushed out. These are very, very current, and we really wanted to start the conversation from the community. And like I said, Infamous that will be away from the channel for a while, but he'll do pop-ups whenever he has time. He is studying for a big test, a very, very important test for his career. So definitely send your love and support to him while he's studying. Hopefully he passed the first go around. But yeah, definitely let us know in the comments down below what you think and what you feel about any of the topics from today's episode, and we'll see you there in the comments. And we'll be here at the same place, same time next week. Well, I will. But until then, peace.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?